Okay, we're looking at another topic within systems of equations. This is systems of linear inequalities, and honestly, I'm going to give a quick look at this thing. If we were doing a full-blown advanced algebra class, not in a COVID-19 quarantine, things would look different. What I'm going to do is just kind of show you a quick and dirty way to get this done, and then call it good. All right. So first of all, what the heck is this thing? What's a system of linear inequalities? Well, you've looked at systems of linear equations for a long time. The idea would be, can you find a pair of numbers, one for x, one for y, that fits into both equations? And we've got lots of different ways we've solved those things. But what I want to have you look at is this. If we looked at the graph of those things, you could look and say, well, look, it crosses right here at 3, 5, so that must be the answer. So if it's a system of equations, then the answer is simply where they cross. If you're looking at a system of inequalities, what are we talking about here? Well, inequalities might look like this. Okay? And so what does that look like on the graph? Well, you know that this is going to look like the line 3x minus y equals 4, except there's going to be shading on one of the sides. And you might remember that this is going to have a solid line. With this one, it's going to look like the line negative 2/3 x plus 7, except it's going to have a dashed line, and then it's going to be shaded either above or below the line. So what does this look like on the graph? Well, let's see. I think I had made this one into less than or equal to. So let's make that less than or equal to. Okay. And as you may remember from our work graphing inequalities, yeah, you can see that it's shaded all the way across there. This one is greater than. Okay. So now I've got both those things graphed. What does the solution look like? What is this thing? Well, the solution is all the points inside here where both of them are shaded. Okay, this part right in here, this red part, is only where this one's shaded. I'm sorry, it's where this one's shaded only. This part over here in blue is where this one is shaded only, but this part right here in kind of a darker reddish bluish thing is where both of them are shaded, and so that's the solution to this system of inequalities. In other words, every point inside here, including the ones on this line, but not this line, every point inside here is a solution to this system of inequalities. And so there is actually an infinite number of solutions to this system. So what does the answer look like? It looks like a shaded region right in here. Okay, so the last question that I had up here, I had what is it? And it's a pair of inequalities that you're supposed to find a pair of numbers that fit into both of them. What did the answer look like? It's a shaded region. Okay, and then how do you do it? Well, here's the thing. If I were doing a full-blown advanced algebra class, I would say, well, what you need to do is first graph this thing on paper, then graph this thing on paper, and then the solution is right in here. How are we going to do this thing? Well, let me show you what the questions are going to look like. So here's the first type, and you may recognize this as being from Delta Math. I'm just using this thing. So if I was doing this by hand, I would say, well, first of all, I'm going to put 6 in here for x and 9 in here for y and see if this statement is true. And if it is, then I'll also check this one. If that one doesn't work, then I'll try this one. Put a negative 9 in here and a 7 in here, see if that statement is true. If that works, then we'll try this one and make sure it works in that one. So I'd keep going through and finding out which one works. For our purposes, for this year, 2020, COVID-19 quarantine, we're going to do this thing quick and easy. Let's first of all memorize this one. Y is greater than 2/3 x minus 4. So I'm going to go over here to Desmos and get rid of this and get rid of this. And that was y is greater than, I think we can use this thing here, was 2/3 x and then minus 4, I think. Let me go back and look. Yep, 2/3 x minus 4. Okay. So there's the first one. The second one is y is less than negative 4x minus 6. So y is less than negative 4x minus 6. It might be helpful for me to have written these things down. Okay, so here's the system of inequalities graphed. Here's the shaded region, and the last question is, which one of these 4 points in here fits there? Okay, well, 6, 9 is going to be right and up. Negative 9, 7. Let's see. I think that's going to work. Negative 9, oops. Negative 9, 7. Negative 9, 7. Yeah, that one fits. Okay, right in here. Okay, negative 9, 7. So I'm going to click on negative 9, 7. If I can find my way back there. And negative 9, 7. Click on that. Submit my answer. And it was right. Okay, let's do a new one. Okay, so here's the problem. And what I've done is I've just I paused the thing and I graphed all these things so we can look at them. So let's go back over here. Here are both inequalities up top, and then I just graphed all 4 of the points as well. And the thing is, that one's inside the area where both are shaded. So's that one, so's that one, and that one's right on the line. Well, it's not just one. Well, if I look at this one, it says which point would not be a solution to the system of inequalities. Well, that one is on the dashed line. And you might remember dashed line means it's not exactly equal to. So it's the blue one, which was 6, 5. Okay, so we'll go over here and click 6, 5 and get our answer. Okay, so that's the way these things work, is you check and see which one actually fits. You could do it by hand, but you can just graph the things as well. Okay, so the next type, well, Delta Math just quit on me, so I'm not going to do a next type for right now. I'll just publish this video, have you practice those, and then we'll do another one later.